Anime fans, One Piece fans, what's good? The answer to that question, of course, is One Piece. One Piece is what's good. And we got another live chapter reaction again. Sorry for the noise, gotta adjust the mic. But this is the last chapter of the stinking decade, okay? It's a turn of a decade, another turn of a decade for One Piece, so it's pretty monumental. And like last chapter had a lot of setup, like we got Roger and Odin and all of that stuff. So it's something you probably want to look forward to. You know what I'm saying. So we're just gonna hop right into this one. This chapter is called Roger and Whitebeard. That's what it's called. Okay, so I'm kind of excited for this one because this seems like this is gonna be fairly it seems like it's gonna be a fairly big chapter, you know what I mean? Like we might see some fighting between Whitebeard and Roger, some fighting between their crews or something like that. And let's just get into the chapter. I've been talking too long. So of course the cover page is based on my family. So Chiffon is caught by pirates while she was getting a haircut because they're wanted, I guess. So now let's get into the actual thing. So here he comes, the samurai. And then Roger's like, the one we heard about. So it's kind of Odin. Odin's apparently charging at him. So they're like, here he comes, the samurai. And then Whitebeard pirates are like, wait, Commander Odin. And Odin's like, all I have to do is take their treasure, right? Dealing with them won't be easy. The Roger pirates are on a different level than the enemies we faced before. Are you Odin? Ganmodaki! I couldn't, it was hard for me to say it at first, but Odin's just slicing through their ranks like nothing. So that's a pretty cool move by him. So the Roger Pirates are like, the rumors were true. He's incredibly strong. Should we cut him to... Wait, oh, that's Gabon. Gabon's like, should we cut him to pieces, Rayleigh? And Rayleigh's like, fine by me. Wait, Gabon, Rayleigh. I wouldn't want my best two men to get hurt. Oh, so that kind of confirms like the Scopper Gabon thing, like that he actually is the best. Like he's the best the Roger Pirates has to offer besides Rayleigh. Like I know some people are arguing that Scopper Gabon could not be the strongest. You know what I mean? Some people were arguing that like he could not be the Sanji of the crew, but that kind of confirms it. He's like the Sanji of the crew. Let me respond to the chat real quick, and then we'll just get into the chapter fully. You know what I mean? So anyway, you got Odin just charging toward the Roger Pirates, and that's kind of hype. That's pretty hype. Like Odin versus the Roger Pirates, and then Roger's like, I wouldn't want my two best men to get hurt. And then Rayleigh's like, you just want to face him yourself. And Odin's like, the aura of a wild beast. And Roger's like, hey, samurai. And then Odin's like, wait, is that a Roger Kamusari? Is that the first named Roger attack we've seen? Bruh! I think that's the first named Roger attack we've seen! Kamusari. And the translation is aversion to divinity. So that makes sense, Roger going against gods and all that. He just slammed Odin, dang. And Odin's like blood coming out of his mouth, and he's like, huh? And he just went flying. Boom. And Odin's like, what the heck was that? Incredible. Roger just, oh wow, Roger went boom on Odin. He just like, with his bare fist. Oh wait, was that his bare fist? I can't tell. Oh wait, no, it wasn't his bare fist. It was a sword slash. Oh, that was a sword. Oh, that was a sword slash, and Odin half blocked it, I believe. It's kind of hard to tell. But Odin goes flying and slams into a tree. And he's like, what was that? That was incredible. And then suddenly Whitebeard jumps out of nowhere with his giant weapon. I feel bad. I forget what Whitebeard's weapon is called, and that makes me less of a fan. So let me just search what Whitebeard's weapon is called up real quick. Okay, so right, his placenta. So basically, Whitebeard uses his placenta, and he goes at Rod. We get to see a Whitebeard and Roger clash. How amazing is that? How amazing is that? A Whitebeard and Roger clash. That's something I didn't expect to see for a while. I don't even know what to say. It's just so crazy. A Whitebeard and Roger. Whitebeard and Roger have clashed, and we've seen it. That's insane. So you could just got the boom. Like, they just clashed, and it's crazy. And the mic swung out again. I'm sorry about that. My mic stand broke, so it's gonna be acting up a little bit. So they aren't even touching. They're not touching, and you just got all these like crazy this outburst of energy when they're not even touching. And I and it's noteworthy that Roger also has a pole arm, which is weird. Or wait, no, he doesn't. Sorry, this drawing is kind of confusing, probably because of the redrawing. So it looked like he had a pole arm for a second, but he doesn't. So you got Whitebeard and Roger just staring each other down, and there's just this whole like clash of conquerors hockey. So it's pretty crazy. And then the Whitebeard pirates are like, "Our ship!" And Whitebeard's like, "You look good, Roger." And Roger's like, "How many years has it been, Newgate?" And they both say, "Give me everything you have." And then Whitebeard does his signature laugh, "Wah rah rah rah," and Roger does, "Wah ha ha ha." And then the Whitebeard pirates are like, "Come on then!" And the Roger pirates are like, "Loot them!" So we see a lot of the Roger pirates. We still don't really know their names. So the Roger Pirates versus the Whitebeard Pirates. The battle between these two great pirate crews lasted 3 days and 3 nights, with the upper hand constantly shifting from side to side. I knew they were gonna off-screen it. I hoped they wouldn't off-screen it, but I kind of knew they were gonna off-screen it because, like, Oda's not that nice. Oda couldn't just let us get a battle between the Roger and the Whitebeard Pirates, like the whole thing. But bro, we saw a clash between Whitebeard and Roger. How rare is that? How rare is that? It's insane. It's just insane. How a clash between Whitebeard and Roger. Dang, that's insane. So the battle, they're both so powerful. The battle lasted 3 days and 3 nights. 3 days and 3 nights. Like, we going all Jonah up in here, you feel me? But it's like, that's how powerful they are, that they're able to fight for 3 days and 3 nights without one side winning. And the fact that they have that much stamina to be able to do so. Like, we dang. So the battle lasted 3 days and 3 nights. 4 days later. What an outrageous shirt. Where did you get it? Wait a minute, you're drinking too much. We agreed everyone would have the same amount. This southern sake is too good. I'll give you 3 crates for it. This has become a gift exchange. That's what Rayleigh says. Suddenly they're intermingling, apparently. And they're partying together. That's crazy. Like, they fight for 3 days and 3 nights, and now they're just not allies, but now they're like partying together, like, But that just shows you the familial side of Whitebeard and the adventurous side of Roger mixing together. Like, after they burnt themselves out of the battle, like, they're willing to set their differences aside and just party. Like, that's some classic One Piece right there. That's some classic One Piece. And you see Jozu and the big guy from the Roger Pirates just clinking ale mugs and all that. It's pretty cool. And then we see Blackbeard. He's like, those boys are not, I guess he's not Blackbeard yet. He's Teach. We see Teach be like, are those boys over there apprentices? And the Joe's like, yeah, they've been there for a while. They don't look very strong. Their attitude is quite impressive. So we see Shanks and Buggy. Like, it's kind of funny because, like, Buggy, he's kind of trash, but even so, he's just like this with Shanks. Shanks is like, and Buggy's just like doing the same thing. He's like Buggy's just trying to look all cool and stuff. That's just kind of funny. Like, Buggy looks so much more epic now and cooler now than he does like in the current timeline, not gonna lie. Even though I'm not trying to disrespect the great Buggy Sama, you feel me? Hey, Shanks. Do you see that guy with the hat? Yeah. He didn't sleep during the truce we had for the last few days. No, sorry. He didn't sleep during the truce we had for the last few days. Huh? Why? I think that's a translation error. I think he means well, I guess what makes sense. I don't know, because that's a little bit of a translation error, but I guess I'll just take it at face value. I heard he's never slept in his life. Huh? How is that even possible? I'm jealous. It's just crazy. They just look so funny. They look like so young and cool. It's just crazy. Just seeing Shanks this young. He's like, huh? I'm jealous. And Bucky's like, you would have twice as much time to enjoy your life if you didn't need to sleep. It's not that simple, idiot. He's a monster. Can you read it? Yes, I can. I can translate it for you. But why did you transcribe this? These symbols are a secret code. The way to decode them was passed from generation to generation to the firstborn Kazuki clan from Wano. We took this 13 years ago. We were able to do what nobody else had done. Reach the end of the log post island, Road Star. Earth reached the end of the log post island, Road Star. So the final island in the Grand Line is called Road Star. So, like, there were theories that the last island was Elbaf, but apparently it's an island called Roadstar. And if y'all wondering why I'm, like, not going psycho because we found the name of the island, it's because, no joke, I spent the last 6 hours doing some programming homework and all that, so I'm kind of just chill right now, you feel me? I'm pretty chill right now. It's like, dang. But the last island is called Roadstar. Okay, like, yeah, that's pretty cool. Like, we know the name of the final island. Roger's like, we reached the end of the log post, the island of Roadstar. But when we got there, I realized it wasn't the last island. Our log post couldn't guide us further because the needles kept spinning. But I'm sure there's one last island, an island you need to reach in order to travel the world, a feat never done before. It has these inscriptions marked on 4 special red stones. I believe they're clues to find that island, but the world government banned deciphering the poneglyphs long ago. I used to think they were ordinary objects, so I was surprised when I discovered that they were essential reference points for achieving our goal. So apparently the stuff the stuff we know about the poneglyphs. Apparently that wasn't common knowledge before Roger's demise, and I guess that makes a lot of sense. He was probably kind of the trailblazer before the world government had kept this under wraps. So like, yo, this is pretty hype. this is pretty hype. So he says, that means the world government doesn't want anyone to reach the final island. Their actions only confirm the legend that there's a huge hidden treasure there. If we can get there, surely we'll be the biggest pirate crew in the whole world. The biggest. That's right. And then I'll be... And Odin and Whitebeard are like, what? And then he's like, wah rah rah rah. What a load of crap, Roger. Are you a kid by any chance? Odin was like, I was so stunned I couldn't move. It already left me speechless twice. Who is this guy, anyway? Please let me borrow Odin for 1 year, Newgate. This is my last request. With him by my side, I know I can get to the final island. Hey, what? Why are you deciding this by yourself? That's Odin. What's happening? Captain Rogers bowing to Whitebeard. Stop it, Captain! There are rivals! I beg you, Odin, please sail with us for 1 year. And Odin's like, stop this. This is shameful. You shouldn't bow to me. And Whitebeard's like, quit screwing around, Roger. Do you really think I'd let you take a member of my family? And then they're like, wow, the old man is triggered. I could feel my blood pumping, even though I tried to hide it. What do these stones have to do with the Kazuki clan? Was this meeting with Roger a mere coincidence? Whitey-chan! Before I could even think straight, I already had my answer. I want to go to the I want to get to the bottom of this, please. So let me go with them. You look disgusted, and Whitebeard's like that, because like we all know that Whitebeard disgust face, like that Whitebeard disgust face about to become iconic, like the Odin disgust face and the Whitebeard disgust face, like that about to become iconic stuff. You know what? You feel me? Like that buggy face where he's like, Like you know that face like he made at Marineford? Like you know how that iconic face, like those disgusted faces about to be iconic, you feel me? Like no cap. Um Whitebeard's like he's just all like looking disgusted, and he's like, no kidding, of course, I hate the idea. We're brothers, aren't we? But if it's only for a year. No, and he's like, but it's only for a year. Whitey-chan, please. And then Nekomamushi and Inarashi and whatchamacallit, Izo is like, we'll stay here. We prefer the ship, so we'll wait for your return here. And Odin's like, sure, you've become amazing pirates, so you're free to choose what you want to do. And Whitebeard's like, he's all like Whitebeard's triggered. Like he triggered. He's so triggered. Whitebeard's like, but I feel Whitebeard though, like his little brother. Like he not calling Whitebeard nothing like he not calling Whitebeard his son. He calling him his brother. Like or not, sorry, he's not calling Odin his son, he's calling Odin his brother. Like Whitebeard thinks of Odin as his little brother, not his son like everybody else. So Odin's a valuable asset to the crew. He's super strong, and he's like a brother to Whitebeard. So like I feel that. Like if I were him too, like, I'd be like that, you feel me? Like I wouldn't want him to go. And he's all mad, and then they're like, Pops, aren't you gonna say goodbye? Rogers gave us all the treasure on his ship as a thank you. It's incredible. There's so much. And supplies, too. Like, you just see a mountain of treasure and supplies in the background. And Whitebeard's like, give those supplies back right now, idiots. Do you want Odin and his family to starve to death? And they're like, yeah, yes, sir. And then all the Whitebeard pirates are like, see you soon. Don't forget to bring me back some souvenirs. It was then that the second chapter of my life as a pirate began. The beginning of a new journey. Whitey-chan is a great man, but Roger is incomparable. Lucky me. And Roger's like, it has been a while since I last held a baby. So their names are Momonosuke and Hiyori. They reminded me of my childhood. That's Rayleigh. Captain Roger, we found spies. And then they're like, Captain Roger, we found spies. And then Odin's like, Inarashi, Nekomamushi, what are you doing here? And then Inarashi and Nekomamushi are like, we had so much fun with you, Odin-sama. And then they're like, hey, the cat and the dog are gone too. Those idiots! Those are the Whitebeard pirates. Because the captain needs your knowledge. Odin left you as fast as the captain did. You hear? That's all the Roger pirates. They're just like, all like, oh no, you ain't one of us yet. You definitely ain't one of us. So, yo, like, if I'm just talking about the chat, Jabbar, you snitching on me, bro. Why you snitching on me? But, the Roger pirates are all like, we won't accept you, you hear? And then Odin's like, a port city. Do they have ingredients? The port city's like, pirates! Wait, Odin, don't advance like that without thinking. The captain is gonna kill you. My radishes were stolen. He stole my eggs. Huh? This area lawless? Whatever. I don't care. Go, man. I can't quite tell what's happening, but like you can tell they're raiding. And Buggy, oh, Odin got all the stuff because the Roger pirates were all like, yo, we won't accept you. And then Odin does some great stuff like you feel Odin, and they're all singing his name. They're all loving with him, and they're like, let's make a toast to our time with Odin. And Odin just told them a bunch of food and stuff. And Crocus is like, you just have 1 year left to live. And then Odin's like, what? And Roger's like, ha ha ha. And then Roger's like, that's why I'm in a hurry. And then he's like, I'm going to die. And Odin's like, yeah. And they go up the knock-up stream to the Sky Island. And then they're like, whoa, this is crazy. The world is so huge. It is truly endless. To think that there are people living in the sky. Unbelievable. And they're on the Sky Islands. I found it. It's over here. Wow, a bell made of gold. How are we going to take it, Captain? So yeah, oh, this is cool. Like, all the way back there. Like that, whatchamacallit? That... Sorry, I just lost my train of thought. But the arc, the Skypia arc, all the way back there when we learned that Roger had been there. Like when we learned that Roger had gone to the Sky Islands. We get to see it with our own eyes. Like, what, 16 years later or so? Bruh. This is insane. I'm not capping. This is insane. So then they're like, you can come back when you're Buggy's like, wow, a bell made of gold. How are we gonna take this? And they're like, you can come back when you're a Captain Buggy. I have no time for this. And Buggy's like, what? Let's at least take a piece or two. The stone has quite a voice, so it was easy to find. Does she happen to say something about incredible power? That's Roger. Information about a weapon called Poseidon is written here. Right, what does it, right, what I say on it? I have come here and will lead this passage to the farthest end of the world. Oh, so we didn't know how Roger wrote that on the poneglyph, but Odin was the one who wrote it on him. Oh, word. Crazy. And then all this stuff is coming together. And he's like this? Good work, Odin. I'm going to the end, Roger. The goal for which you risk your life. The final chapter of your great adventure. And then it says revelation after revelation. And that's fact. This chapter is all revelation. Like we saw Whitebeard versus Roger, the Roger Pirates versus the Whitebeard Pirates. And this ends the stupidity that the Roger Pirates are stronger than the Whitebeard Pirates. Like, okay, nah, okay? They fought each other for 3 days and 3 nights with the weight of the battle shifting. Nobody ever getting the upper hand until they truced. Like, that shows you how stinking powerful these crews were. They were not stronger than the other. Like, they were both the top tier crews of the whole thing. And then we just saw all these stuff coming together. Like, we saw that Odin was the one who wrote Roger's message on the poneglyph in the Sky Islands that we seen so long ago. For some of the OG readers, like 16 years ago. For me, it was a few years back when I started my One Piece journey. Like, this is insane. This is nuts. This chapter was amazing. Last chapter of the decade, throwing back to the last decade. Like, you feel me? Like, a decade ago was when we, or more than a decade ago probably, was when we saw Roger's message at Sky Island. And then it ends the decade with calling back to the last decade. Decade, not decade. Like, that's crazy. You feel me? Dang. This chapter, like, I'm not gonna give it a 10 out of 10. I give this chapter a solid 8 out of 10. Like, we've seen some GOAT stuff in this chapter. Like, this chapter was truly a good decade closer. You feel me? This was a decade closer for sure. Like, dude, this crazy. This crazy. Bruh. I know I keep saying this crazy, but this great. Yo! A decade callback at the end of the decade, Whitebeard versus the Roger Pirates, Odin joining the Roger Pirates. And we were all wondering how and why Odin would ditch Whitebeard, but he asked Whitebeard's permission. So you feel me? That's insane. And there was no animosity, bro. This chapter was good. Like, this is the last chapter of the stinking decade. The decade closing chapter. This was a pretty good chapter. So, like, predictions for the next chapter, I'm pretty sure that it's gonna be called back to Wano. Like, I'm not sure what we'll learn. I feel like it's gonna probably focus more on Wano with the next chapter in like a month or so. That's what I feel like it's gonna do. But I'm not sure. Like, there's so many places that could go from here. Like, it could go to a Laugh Tale. It could go to Wano. Like, the story could branch out from so many places from here. The flashback could branch out from so many different places. Like, I can't really say where it's gonna go, but all I can say is wherever it goes, it's gonna be lit. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be hype. This chapter was pure hype. Roger Pirates, Whitebeard Pirates chilling together, fighting each other, trading members. You feel me? Seeing Odin write the Sky Island stuff. The fact that Odin can understand the poneglyphs and write in the language. Like, this dope. This was a crazy good chapter. 8 out of 10 in my opinion. Great stuff. So that's probably where I'm going to have to sign off for now. Great chapter. 8 out of 10. You know what's up. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy my content and only if you enjoy my content, like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more One Piece content. And comment down below what your rating of the chapter was, like, out of 10. 1 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 5 out of 10. You feel me? And yeah, I will see you in the next video.